Hello. We're all pretty down with time travel now because of that one TV show about the Norse god who travels through time and also solves time crimes. Sweet. I haven't seen it. I've watched funny clips, videos about it. That's all I've seen of that show. But it's, from what I can understand, it's made a bunch of new people really into sci-fi and able to wrap their heads around, time movements. I should have gotten a piece of paper before I started doing this video, but yeah. So imagine there's a time travel device, be it a blue box or a really fast car or just like a door that you walk into that's glowing, doesn't matter. It's a way to get from point A to point B in time. And I'm thinking, since we've all now everyone has understood, like, oh, this is what the grandfather paradox is, or the predestination paradox. Like, everyone knows what that means now. It's not. I don't need to explain it. So, here I'm gonna use the arm metaphor again because this is my favorite line. Ooh, I'm looking at it on the viewfinder. It's really big. I don't like that. So there's a line. And that line is the sacred timeline, or, whatever the heck you want to call it. The one that we're on right now. 1 second per second, whatever. You go from point A to point B, and that's how you live. That's how we all live if you're not a time traveler. Now, if you could time travel, you would not want to have you meet your past self ever. You would also not want to be the past self meeting the future self, because that can cause ramifications. That's like if you influence your past self, you may have made a different decision that would lead your future self to not being there, and thus it couldn't have happened. Weird. Paradox, all that. That's one of the simpler ones. So instead, I'm thinking you need a time and space and relative dimension device, or even blue phone box, if you will, where instead of not being able to be in the same time, you can be in the same time at different places. Like in Doctor Who, the show I keep referencing, they have the End of the World episode, the one where there's a spaceship and the sun expands and takes the Earth with it. The 11th Doctor is on the surface taking pictures in that one episode, and the 9th Doctor is in the space station with Rose at the same point in time. And we can understand that, but it's slightly different then because the 11th and 9th are not technically the same person, different personality, different, manner of existing, same doctorness. Yeah. Now, instead of that, imagine you or me, if I were to be moving at one point, came and if you go forward, you can't stop yourself from ever being there, but you could go back to here at a different place and keep going forward, so that your timeline would overlap at two different places, and you would keep going. Would you want to do that? I'm thinking, if I am trying to get ready to go to school on the bus, I want to take all the time I need to get ready, go back in time to the point where I need to be on the bus, and to get to school on time. That way, this is going, and then this other me is running through the same point in time, but at different places so that they don't interact and there's nothing really impacted. Would anybody notice if that was a thing? If there were two different versions of me in two different places at the same moment in time, would you notice? I don't think so. Because there's no way for one person to be both here and there without having the same, access, or, without, a bunch of CCTV. Yeah, that's the idea. I think that'd be pretty cool. If you need to have a limited time travel ability, you should choose that one. Or just, you have to be at a place where you won't have been, so, if I just thought of this too. So if you need to, I see two options to having a limited 4 options to having a limited time travel ability if ever asked the question. 1. The thing I just described. 2. Only being able to go to the past before your timeline. 3. Only being able to go to the future before your timeline. And 4. Only being able to exist in places that you, in a time and space where you would not have been. And 5. Just do whatever, you know? Just don't impact any big historical events and you're fine. You're fine. Just don't do anything that may or may not ripple back into you never having existed or never having made the decision to go back because, yeah. That's a time travel thing. That's what this video is called. Another time travel thing. Well, I have a headache. I don't know why. Bye.